friends. Today's meditation is a weird one, but I think if you listen to my podcast, you're gonna absolutely love this. I'm obsessed with this as a practice, especially if you are an overthinker in meditation. If your brain just won't shut up, I need you to try this, okay? This is a Kiki Bouba meditation. Now, if you're unfamiliar with Kiki and Bouba, I'm gonna read for you the Wikipedia definition. The Bouba-Kiki effect is a mental association between speech sounds and visual shapes. People tend to associate the nonsense word booba with rounded shapes and Kiki with spiky shapes. So we talked about this on a podcast episode. I can't even remember how it came up, but it was our low effort spells for focus, ironically, episode. And we were saying how certain sentences or certain thoughts can feel more booba or more Kiki. And there actually is a practice in the mindfulness meditation practice called labeling that is really powerful for that like mental chatter. And the idea of labeling is typically we would label a thought that comes through, like say the thought is like, oh my God, I forgot to thaw the chicken for dinner or whatever. We would label that as thought. Or sometimes we would get more specific and we would label it as like worry thought or anger thought or analyzing thought or whatever. You can get really specific with labeling. But the hard part about labeling, I think for overthinkers, is we start to overthink, well, did I apply the right label? And so we're going to take all of that away and we're going to practice labeling thoughts that feel more Kiki and thoughts that feel more Bouba. And it's going to be completely nonsensical to remind you that you cannot do this wrong. All right. So if you want to play with me, go ahead and let me know, does this intro feel more Kiki or more Bouba in the comments? And let's get started. Get comfortable for this however you want to set up. You don't have to sit in a particular way to meditate. You can't do it wrong. So you could lie down, you could be standing, you could be multitasking while you're doing this. Just bring your awareness to your physical body here. Maybe you take a couple of deep breaths. Just let yourself shift out of your brain. And we want to give ourselves a point of focus, almost like a perch. If our awareness was a little bird, a little perch to sit on. And so I'll give you two options. They're both great. You choose whichever one feels easier for you to perch on with your awareness. So option one could be your breath, feeling the inhale as it moves into your body, following it as it turns into an exhale and releases. So following the breath, or you could pay attention to whatever your feet are connected to currently. So maybe it's the floor, maybe it's the feeling of your socks or shoes. Maybe your feet are bent underneath you and so you could feel the connection to your legs. But you choose. Your perch could be your breath or your feet. And all you're going to do is just let your attention land on that perch. Maybe it stays for a second, maybe it stays for a couple seconds, maybe it stays longer, but eventually it's going to fly off. Just like a bird flying off the perch. And so your job when that happens isn't to come right back to the perch. Come right back to your breath or your feet. Your job is to notice, okay, where did my brain go? What has it flown off to? Is it a thought? Is it a sound? Is it some other kind of distraction? And does that distraction feel more Kiki or more Bouba? Label it, let it go, and come back to your perch, following the breath or feeling your feet. Let's try that for a bit. Mind wanders to a distracting sound. Does that sound feel more Kiki? Maybe it feels more Bouba. Label it. Let it go. Come back to your perch. Maybe your awareness gets drawn away to a sensation, an itchy foot, tingling elbow. Does that sensation feel more Kiki or more Bouba? Label it, let it go. Come back to your perch, breath or your feet. Do this over and over and over again. And there's no right or wrong here. Your Kiki is perfectly right. Your Bouba is perfectly right. So just go with what you first feel. Label it, let it go, and come back to your perch. When you're ready, take a deep breath in. Let it go out your mouth. Let that perch go. Open your eyes. Let me know in the comments, did that meditation feel more Kiki or more Bouba? And if you're into this, subscribe for more. And if you want a meditation that I think you're gonna like just as much as this one, my GPS meditation is a very similar labeling practice. So maybe you check that one out next, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.